Key Marcello on guitar!
Hi, my name is Key Marcello, and this is my guitar video, as you might suspect already. And I'm going to talk today about a little bit about my playing abilities, about my picking, about melodies and how to create melodic solos, about a little bit about rubato, which I use a lot in my solos, and a lot of other things, and possibly guide you to where you have to play very melodic solos, which I prefer myself. You're also going to see some live footage from Hammersmith Odeon in London, and some other surprises. But before all this, let's tune up. Here's an E. Here's some B. Here's a G. Here's a D. Here's an A. And here's an X. Just kidding. Here's an E. Here's another E. Okay, now I'm going to explain a little bit about the different parts of this solo and how it's put together so you can play it yourselves. First I'm going to tell you what the chords are. It's a D over a F sharp, a G and an A. It goes like this. And I normally start my solos with try to build something from a melodic part. And the idea for this is basically a vocal melody. It goes like this. And to add some, as you can see here, this is a D chord. And since all these three chords belong to the key of D major, so far this is what we got. Now what you just saw is an example of tension and release, which is a classical term, and I'm trying to build some tension into a very melodic part. I'm using the fast runs, well, a little bit to show off, if you know, to be frank, but also to grab the listener's attention for an intense melodic part. And both those two runs serve that purpose. Now we're going to a different part of the solo, which is also a tension and release thing. It's the never-ending bend, which is an example how you can make something very simple, exciting. Now I'm going to break down the last lick for you here. It's kind of fast. I can show it to you slowly once. Okay, this last lick is E minor scale, and this is a different form of expressing the tension and release. Right after this lick, the chorus will come up, and that's actually the release. And this is also different, more kind of I'm basically just spacing out, doing something really wild. It consists of small different legato patterns and licks that I've been playing for years, and it's a combination of all those. This is the way it goes. This solo from the Other's World album is it's got a different start to it. It's actually drums and guitars rocking out there before we reach the chord changes for the actual solo, which is basically a verse and a bridge. And the chords in the verse goes like this. And so on. I got a D, major D, an E, F sharp minor, E over G sharp, and an A. And before this, I'm playing a F sharp minor scale together with the drums, where I'm doing some radical blues bends. It goes like this. I'm starting this guy on the 14th fret. It's a blues scale, F sharp minor. It goes like this. It's a pentatonic blues lick type. And then I'm going up to the 19th fret, but I'm still playing a blues scale, but in a different position. And after this, something completely different comes in here. To break up the solo, having a tapping part. Actually, one of the very rare tapping parts on Europe records. And this particular one is a two-finger tapping thing. It goes like this. And that comes to the very melodic part of the solo, which is might as well have been a vocal part. You know, here again, somebody could have been singing this stuff. But since I'm a guitar player and I need to play guitar solos, I play on guitar, of course. This is the way it goes. And this is, I'm thinking in F sharp minor here, and it ends on an A. It resolves on an A here. So I'm basically playing a very vocal, melodic, singing, if you wish, melody over these chords, as opposed to the confusing tapping tension I had before. Now I'm releasing it in a very happy sounding melodic thing, which leads us over to the next part of the solo. Which is basically a couple of blues licks that I try to include in every solo I do. And we're still in the F sharp minor kind of. We're thinking in F sharp minor here, though the actual chord is actually D right here. But when I did this solo, I was thinking in F sharp minor. And after this lick, after this last blues lick, it leads it into the bridge of the song, which I'm playing over as well. And the chords to the bridge goes like this. It's a B minor, A major over C sharp, and a D. And this is what I play over this. We actually have an A major chord here, but I'm still thinking in F sharp minor, and I want this to lead into the B minor in the bridge. And so let me break down this last run for you. And this last fast run in F sharp minor was actually building up for the climax in the solo, which is actually the very melodic last part. It goes like this. Now this solo is two chorus, a double chorus solo, which gives me a lot of time to build it up and to make it really melodic. And the second time around, I'm playing this same melody an octave higher, just to create some more excitement. And so the moment I start an octave higher on this melody, everybody knows that something's going to happen, which is the run I come later to. I play the solo up till then, which is some small melodic parts and riffs and slides. This is how it goes. Now this last run, I can break it down for you. And this part is to build up for the second chorus where I repeat the melody one octave higher. The chords we're using right here is the chorus, and it's F major, C over E, D minor, and B flat. In this lick, I'm playing F major scale. It's basically three parts of the solo, which is interesting, where I'm starting the run. This D down here is also on a beat, and I'm aiming for the high C, which leads to the very intense melodic part, which is actually, here again, the climax of the solo is the melodic part. Let me show it to you slowly. This lick leads into the climax of the solo, which is a very melodic part, and the rest of the solo goes like this. This last run, let me break it down for you. It's another F major scale that leads to the last note, the last little lick of the solo. I'm gonna try to explain the concept of rubato for you guys. This is something I do a lot of my solos. As opposed to playing notes, every note in perfect time, I'm playing freely within a couple of points in the solo, a couple of bars in the solo, and I can slow down and speed up as long as I have a couple of marks in the solo where I know where I am, and I can always feel the beat where I'm at. So even if it rubs against the beat, I know that I know where the beat is, and I can slow down and speed up. And the main thing is, of course, to aim for this note, which is in this case a C, a high C. And we made a computer program out of this solo, and we're going to let the computer play it, which it's going to play the solo very strictly, just the notes, as opposed to my rubato technique where I'm slowing up and speeding down and just playing. It's a feel thing. Here's how the computer plays it. The next song I'll play for you is called Hammer's Heart. It's a song I wrote for a guitar solo on the Final Countdown World Tour. And this sums up a lot of the stuff I've been talking about when it comes to melody and tension and release. But also, in a way, it's very different, the way it's performed. There's a lot of improvisation and blues playing, I would say, and melodic playing around it. And it's a lot of chords to this one, so you're gonna get the chords while I'm playing the song, though, so don't panic. And it's a couple of different things here. It's a couple of 2-5-1 turns in here, which is jazz basically. But I'm gonna show you. I'm playing a lot of different scale to this, but I'm also showing that you don't necessarily have to use those scale. You can still play the blues scale over this, and it'll work anyway. Anyway, here it is, Hammer's Heart. this is the Flight of the Bumblebee, and this has got a lot of interesting problems. First of all, it's basically a chromatic, so it's a finger killer. It's also a very good practicing scale. Let me play it slowly for you. Here we go. Now, if you play this with 4 fingers, it's a tremendous, very difficult one, but a tremendous warm-up for fingers, where you're actually using all 4 fingers in different positions, especially the second part of it. Tell me when to stop. Flight of the Bumblebee is one of a lot of exercises I have to improve my picking technique, and I call them caprices because some of them sound slightly classical, you know, like Paganini's Caprices. It's a killer album, by the way. Check it out. And here's some of the patterns that I use. For instance, this one I picked up from Al Di Meola when I started off playing. It's something he did on the record. This is the way it works slowly. New position. And so on. Here's another little exercise which includes some lower strings. And now slow. This involves also string skipping. I'm still using the 3 note per string pattern, and actually the same pattern as before, the one I got from Demiola. And this is the way it sounds, slow. As you see, the system here is I'm skipping the B string here, and out of this exercise I made a caprice, a little song, not to be confused with actual music. This is just an exercise. This is the way it sounds.
Yo, Key, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? How you been?
How's it going?
Man, hey, how you guys doing?
Hi.
Hey.
We're doing
Hi,
fine.
how you doing?
Hey, man.
Guys, this is not the best time actually. I'm trying to shoot a video here, and you know the crew is getting paid and stuff. You know they're doing a kind of a lame work, but I mean they're still getting paid and stuff. So
Man, it sounds. Hey, let's go have some Indian food, man. It sounds good out there. You're finished, right?
no, I'm Swedish actually. But can you come back tomorrow instead?
I guess so.
Yeah, that will be a better time for me.
Alright.
Okay, guys.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Bye, Keith.
Bye. Man, I played one song on his solo album. Since then, I haven't been able to get rid of him, man. I'm gonna break that one down for you. This is also a string skipping caprice. It's the same kind of pattern as the first caprice, and I'm just playing it basically in octaves. And this brings us to pentatonics, which I use a lot in my solos, and there's a lot of way of playing pentatonics, and I picked 3 examples here of doing it. This is my favorite one, where I'm using the 3-note per string method, but I'm playing I'm repeating some of them. I'm going to show you a pattern here. I'm in A minor here. I'll break it down for you. Here's another one in A minor for you. Okay, let me play this one slowly for you. Now I'm going to play E minor pentatonic, which is again a 3-note per string thing, but since it's pentatonic, it means really long stretches. I'll show you how it works. Let me break that one down for you. I mentioned earlier that in a dream world, to start picking very fast, you should need like a 1-string guitar or something, and this is actually something like that. It's a pentatonic 1-string exercise. It goes like this. This is in the key of E minor, and let me break it down for you once. And this is how I'm using this in a song. This one is called All or Nothing. So far, everything in this video has been concerning solo playing, and which is where it's at. But it's kind of fun to play rhythms too. You know, that's the boring time when the singer's taking over the concert and stuff, and you have to go back and you don't get the spotlight on you. So, but you can make the best out of the situation, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways to play rhythms with some solo licks in there. It's stuff that I basically developed when I'm the only guitar player in the band Europe, so I had to kind of fill and play rhythm at the same time. Here we go, Mind in the Gutter. These are the basic three chords for Mind in the Gutter, for example. B, A, and E. And this is what I'm playing on B. And this is what I'm playing on A. And this is what I play on E. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm using the B blues scale and just changing the bass notes and sometimes a fifth. as for the ballad Homeland, I'm using a slightly different approach. The chords there are C, G, and A minor, and I'm basically using the pentatonic scale for each chord, and I'm still doing 2-string riffs. That's what I will play on C, and this is what I will play on G. And this is what I would play on A. The third song, Break Free, it's got more of an up-tempo feel to it, and here are the basic chords: E, B, and F sharp. And here's what I'm playing on E. And here's what I'm playing on B. And here's what I'm playing on F sharp. So basically what I'm playing here is in E I'm playing the E major pentatonic scale, and B, the B major pentatonic scale, and F sharp minor pentatonic scale. Okay guys, I think we have to wrap this up now. The neighbors are complaining and stuff, and I really gotta go, but I had a great time doing this. I hope you did too, but the only problem is that some of you guys were in a totally wrong position, so you should like work on that and practice. And remember, practice is the only way to get women in the rock and roll business. So keep up the good work and take it easy.